Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining this session. I am Savitha Rajesh, and I am part of the Customer Data and Marketing Technology team at Fidelity Investments, leading analytic products. I'm here to share how we've been able to unlock business value by shifting to data as a product mindset. With that, let's get started. We are a global financial services company founded in 1946, headquartered in Boston. 77,000 people strong and helping 51 million customers strengthen their financial well-being by products ranging from college savings fund to retirement and everything in between. Customer is at the center of everything that we do. Coming home, in India, we started our operations more than 2 decades ago, and we have presence in 2 major cities, Bengaluru and Chennai. And we support all US market businesses, supporting data and research, analytics, operations, and technology. As an industry, we think we are data rich. We have the engineering talent, we understand the problem, and we spend considerable amount of time building platforms, redesigning systems, and processes. And yet, we struggle to find the right solution. Why is that so? Because data volume is not the same as data value. We are data rich, but we are inside poor. Now, to understand the reason, let's take a look at how customer journeys have evolved. A few decades ago, buying a phone was simple. You walk into a store, select a model, pay for it, and you walk out. It was just simple. But today, it's different. We browse for reviews on one device. We compare specifications on another. And finally, we purchase on a third device. Financial services are no different. Our customers engage with us across omni-channel, be it email, mobile, or web. And they expect connected experiences across every brand touchpoint. And they also expect us to understand where they are in their journey and provide them with relevant product offers in that moment. To meet these expectations, we have to reimagine marketing from one broad, one-size-fits-all strategy to a more customer-centric, data-driven, personalized engagement. But here's the challenge. Most of the times, we focus on the wrong signals, and that's when we miss the bigger picture. And it also becomes hard for us to build trust, and the experiences remain fragmented. I'm sure all of you must have experienced this when we kind of serve on multiple products and on our multiple, but I think every one of us has experiences where you've got wrong product recommendations. So we must understand the right signals. We must meet our customers where they want to optimize the strategy and fund to get the best return on investment. It's like trying to solve a puzzle where you have the wrong pieces. No matter how many times you try to solve it, you never get the image right. That means we need to move closer to our customers. And for us, that starts with having strong measurement and visualization capabilities. One which is possible only when we treat data as a product and not a byproduct. But for us to treat data as a product, we have certain challenges. We run campaigns, channel specific, all built in silos. Each channel has their own set of tools, tracks their own metrics. We have multiple dashboards, but limited insights. That's when we realized this doesn't scale, and we had to shift. So we shifted to a product mindset, which was grounded in 4 pillars: domain ownership, data as a product, self-service data infrastructure, and federated computational governance. Now, these are the core concepts of a data mesh architecture and the building blocks of a new modern data strategy. Now, let me just walk you through how did we apply these principles and shift to a data as a product mindset for measurement. The first thing that we did was we went back to the drawing board. We gathered all our stakeholders into a room and asked a simple but a powerful question: what do you really want to measure? In 2 days, all of us got into a common understanding of the current measurement landscape across channels, across tools, processes, and technologies. This shared understanding laid the foundation for what came next. A data product, a blueprint for a data product that is fast, that is powerful, and transformative. Just like a high-performance sports car. Now, to power the engine, we needed a vision: fast, trustworthy, unified decision-making through data. Now, an engine alone cannot move the car, so we added 4 wheels. The first wheel was data, a single source of truth for all measurement data: dispositions, contact history, impressions, interactions, that is consistent, that is reliable, and is single source of truth, and can also enable additional insights. The second, metrics, a capability that leverages governed set of KPIs or business metrics to enable consistency in reporting. And this is channel agnostic. The third, methodology, an enterprise unified methodology that crosses across channels and helps us to get the value of each customer brand touch point. And finally, to bring it all together, reporting, certified persona-based dashboards that will help our business with near real-time insights across all channels. Now, we have everyone aligned to our vision. So we charted on a roadmap, and we set up dedicated teams to focus on each of these pillars. Now, these teams consisted of engineers, analysts, and subject matter experts that were working in tight collaboration. Now, we have our engine ready. It's fueled. The wheels are in place. It was time for us to move to the execution. Our approach was simple and scalable: identify high-value use cases, build rapidly and deliver MVPs, refine based on the feedback, and scale to omnichannel. Now, our car is ready to move, powered by the vision, supported by 4 dedicated cross-functional teams, with the measurement council sitting at the driver's seat, providing us direction and ownership. Now, before speeding ahead, we had to validate if our core assumptions was true. Now, can the car actually move? To test that, we created a basic functional prototype, just with the wheels, that's the vision, with the 4 pillars, and and the engine. So to do that, we created a prototype, a basic functional prototype, and we had a 2-week hackathon to test this out. Now, marketing campaigns typically follow 3 stages. The planning and design, where we set goals and decide what we want to achieve. The second is execution, where we launch the campaign. And third, where we measure the effectiveness of the campaign. For our hackathon, we chose a simple email invite to register for an upcoming event. Using A/B testing, we split the audiences into 2 groups and tested key metrics like open rate, registration rate, etc., to measure the effectiveness of the campaign. Now, in 2 weeks, we went from ideas to insight. And this was an important but a critical win for us to move forward in our journey. Now that we had tested on a hackathon, the car could move. The next question is, can it perform? So we took the learnings from the hackathon and built a refined prototype for email. Now what was the outcome? We had an existing dashboard that was powered by a simple lift methodology using certified metrics for email and disposition and segmentation data that we set up. This was a very, very critical milestone for us because it helped us identify what worked and what did not. So what was the outcome? After MVP 1, this is something that we learned. On an average, it would take us 3 weeks to get insights for an email campaign. But now, it takes us 3 days. And that made it real for us. Post MVP 1, we moved on, and we added email and web. And then MVP 3, email, web, and all digital. It wasn't easy for us because this is the first time we were trying to do something. But one thing that helped us steer forward was we were all aligned to our vision. We were building for one channel, but always had our North Star, building for omni-channel in mind. And we were embracing a product thinking mindset because we were delivering value with every iteration. I'll just take an example of just the data and share how did we kind of approach it. As I already mentioned, we had channel-specific data structures. So first thing we did, we modeled dimensions and facts for data consistency. For MVP 1, we needed disposition and segmentation data. For MVP 2, email and web, we built on it by adding interactions and digital impressions. And for MVP 3, we added even more social and events data to complete the picture. With every iteration, we ensured we delivered value. We built on one step after the other. And while we did so, we also ensured we followed the 6 principles of data as a product. That's D, discoverable. It is published on a catalog so consumers can easily find it. A, addressable, easily accessible through curated consumption layer. T, trustworthy. It's reliable and now considered as a single source of truth for all measurement purposes. S, self-describing, comes with a detailed documentation in the catalog. I, interoperable. It can seamlessly work with other data products like customer and metrics. And finally, S for secure, proper access controls in place to prevent unauthorized access. At some point in this journey, it wasn't about dashboards anymore. It was for us to show our internal teams and our stakeholders that we could listen, we could adapt, and we could act faster. And what was the outcome? The value delivered? We are now able to provide timely insights to our business teams that is helping them deliver near real-time personalized experiences to our customers, thereby bringing in new customers and new money. So this entire journey was not easy, because when we started, it was like we were standing in at the edge of a vast uncharted land. We understood the concepts of data mesh. We understood what data as a product was. But we had a lot of questions, but not all answers. So we started with what was broken: mapping, disconnected systems, too many dashboards, no single source of truth of data. And then we gathered a crew, and that's when we adopted the first principle of data mesh, domain ownership. We gave the measurement domain the ownership to measure and own their own data where they knew it best. Ownership also was accountability, but it was also empowerment. The next step, we had a vision on the why. The second step, we focused on the how, the execution part of it. And we built our data product one MVP at a time. Each MVP was discovering a new path. Sometimes we found our way, but sometimes we hit roadblocks. But we kept moving, we kept learning, we kept iterating. We did not build everything at once. Instead, we built a self-serve data platform with frameworks and pipelines for data management, a catalog, shared policies, securities, and standards for data governance. At some point in our journey, it wasn't about building dashboards or building a new system. It was about building a system that could see a customer as a whole, that could see a customer's journey through every brand touch point. Leveraging the 4 principles of data mesh: domain ownership, data as a product, self-serve infrastructure, and federated data governance, we have now reached our destination. Today, we have one map, one mission, and one product for measurement. And we are covering one meaningful mile at a time with data that belongs to its domain, built as a product, powered by the platform, and governed as a team. It wasn't easy. It's a journey, so roadblocks, wrong roads were part of the process. Adopting a data as a product mindset is an organizational change management. It's all about process, people, and technology. It's all about delivering business value, so quick wins are crucial. And finally, don't try to build everything at once. Instead, take an iterative approach, one step at a time, like we did: scan, build, and scale. If there's one thing that I want to leave the audience today is data is not a byproduct of work. It is the product. Data is not a byproduct of work. It is the product. Thank you.